So, Michel, I think it's a nice way to do this guided visit, to experience this site-specific installation you made here in YARAT. The title you've chosen for it is Panoptikum. We're in front of it now. It's a quite impressive sculpture you made. Maybe you can tell a few words about the object itself.
Well, Panoptikum is an object invented in the late 19th century, I think. Mm-hmm. And it was a tool to observe prisoners and workers in a factory and situation like that, you know. So you have a central point of view from which you can observe the whole factory or the whole prison. So it's a tool of control. Uh-huh. And if you want to adapt this situation to today's situation, of course we are controlled by different other tools like phones, internet, and so on and so on, cameras into the cities and so on. So the main subject of this object is a system of controlling the others. But in this case, by covering the object by mirrors, it's inversing.
Yeah, we're in an opposite position.
Yeah,
no?
Yeah.
We are seeing ourselves,
yeah.
And we are not observed by a guardian or whoever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have this impression. It makes us think of Big Brother watching us. No?
Yeah. But in another way, it's something very seductive because mirrors are shining. And it's an object.
It's inviting you for a selfie in a certain way.
Yeah. When I was saying, speaking about the phones as a tool for controlling, it's also a tool to make selfies, to see yourself into a mirror. So there is these both those two different.
And this is no doubt why you placed as one of the central elements in the space also this prison door, a kind of surrealistic prison door. It's like a superhuman force has twisted it and disformed it to like break out.
Yeah, it's a little bit like a human being walking, you know. There is this.
It's dynamic. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and there is nothing more fixed than a prison door, you know. Mm-hmm. So it has to be something very fixed. So in this case, distortion and this movement you can feel as a comic. Also, you said surrealist, but there is a level of humor into that. Mm-hmm. And by painting it blue, sky blue, you give a sort of unmateriality, no materiality.
It becomes lighter, yes.
Uh-huh. It becomes like a cloud in the sky, you know, or something like that.
Well, talking about clouds in the sky, we have this silver fence you hung over here also, no? Which is like, it's silver and reflecting like the tower in a certain way.
Yeah, with the same eventually seductive aspect to it, because people like shiny stuff, you know. So it's a hard, it's a rough thing, you know. It's a fence. It prevents you to go out in the sky. So we were speaking about sky. In the sky you have light too. So you have this double aspect to it. It's on one side it's something which block you. In another side it gives you so much reflection of the light that finally it becomes attractive, you know.
Mm-hmm. And talking about it, we can compare it with a cloud, but maybe also with a carpet, because there's a carpet laying under it. It's like a flying carpet, we could say. And then the carpet under it, on the other hand, is like down to earth. It makes us think, we see that somebody has been doing here something. There has been somebody walking on the carpet, no doubt. It's clear that they have been walking in the same circle over and over again.
Somebody has been walking around and around and around, repeating the same.
Like a prisoner.
Like a prisoner into
on the
a
courtyard
cell.
of the prisoner. But it's nice because normally a carpet gets dirty by walking on it, and here it becomes beautiful again. It's again you are playing the inverse, you know.
Yeah. The motif of the carpet under it is reappearing.
Like the hidden beauty becomes visible again.
Yeah,
This is very nice. And there is another circle in the space also, just opposite of it.
Yeah, this one is even more connected to a certain suffering, you know, because those nails are scarving the wall itself, you know. It's a cross, so we all know this, the symbolic of the cross, you know, it's Jesus Christ with those 3 nails. And so in this case there is nobody, but there is a ball.
And I would say it's very theatrical also, because if we see it and you're not there, we know that somebody has been doing this action that you are performing now. But if we see it without you being present, then it becomes a sculpture, but which is like the trace or like the memory of something that has happened here.
Yeah.
It's like a testimony.
I don't like to perform myself, but when I'm doing, when I'm sculpting, let's say, there is a performative level to it.
Yes, sculpting is a very performative action in itself. But maybe what you mean is that as a sculpture, what you leave behind is like the traces of your performative action.
Yeah, traces there, like you have traces on the carpet, so you have different traces. The human being is there, but you don't see him. So everything has to do with humanity, even physically speaking, but it's not there, except in the reflection of the mirror. You could see.
But I would say even in the video you made here in Azerbaijan, the human presence is there, because we see you like in a self-portrait reflected in the bubbles that are appearing on the surface of the volcano.
Yeah, exactly in the same, in a different way, but exactly like in the mirror of the Panoptikum. In a way, those bulbs are mirroring a certain reality, you know? And then the fire is coming, or the gas is making the bulbs exploding. So it's
so you appear and disappear at the same time.
And it's also has to do with repetition, you know, because it's coming on and out.
And it are circles again, like here and on the carpet. It's coming like.
But the circle you see it in the nature very much, you know.
Because natural elements are a bit everywhere in the exhibition. Also, like in these plastic bags hanging here, like in a kind of light sculpture.
This is like, let's say, something. Water, of course, is the essential living element of.
It's a symbol of survival, of energy,
and more it will be. So, so this is a sort of collection of water somebody would have done to keep his survival possible, you know.
And maybe you can tell us also something about this kind of little small volcano eruption that we see over here.
So this is aluminium. Aluminium, like I would say, like
A metal, yes.
yeah, like gas or like petrol or.
But it's silver also, no? It's like gold. It's like a precious material.
So it's attractive again because it's shiny and so on. Like we said, the fence is shiny.
It looks precious, like a jewel almost. No?
And it looks like it's a fountain of something very precious coming out from the ground.
What we find here are like peanuts, no?
It's peanuts, yeah. It's peanuts of aluminium. And in English and in French, in fact, we say when we want to say not saying that something has no value, we say peanuts.
It
means peanuts. It means nothing. Without any value. And it's a way, in my mind, to say that all this expression, all this also wars going around the gas, the petrol, and the resources, any resources like aluminium, are finally for little
for nothing.
For little
much ado
advantages.
about nothing it would be. And then what I like a lot about the exhibition is also that the people can take like a souvenir of it, walking home and taking this poster with them.
I like the fact, first, formally speaking, that you have a pile of image. So it's, let's say, it's a sculpture. It's a sculpture. But potentially, because people are taking it away, it's diminishing and slowly getting to nothing. This is important that there is no name, no title, no origin of this, because I believe into the image. That's why I'm making image. So I don't want any comment.
We see abstract, yes.
I mean, it's not abstract. It's very concrete in a way, but there is. We see a lot of image, of course, television and everywhere. We are in a society of images, but most of the image are next to a comment. A comment is next to the image. You rarely see an image without any
with no title or no subtitle,
no signature, nothing. And so that it obliges you to go back to the image with its mystery and its.
You ask the people to make up their own story, you know. They have to. You offer them like some hints, some traces, and it's up to them to make like their own narration, their own. You kind of set the mind in motion by giving them like some
access to different. Even for me, you know, it's not nothing is resolved. I tell you this about the pieces you have seen.
You ask questions, and you're not necessarily giving the answers.
No.
Okay.